program.
Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Handicappers Corner, brought to you by the Derby Barn Grill. I'm Mike Heads and along with Drew Forster, we're going to go through the Saturday, July 21st races at Hastings Racecourse. There are 8 races on tap, nice conditions. If you can't make it out to Hastings, get down here to the Derby Barn Grill. Great location to get great food and watch all the
great place to watch
Hastings,
the races.
and as well as simulcast wagering as well. So come on down to the Derby Barn Grill. It's at 176th and 0 Avenue, and you can sneak around the back way if the borderline episode will allow.
Absolutely. Take 184th down to 0, brings you right here. And yeah, flat screen on every table. Lots of opportunities to watch lots of great racing. Lots of great racing going on right now with Delmar opening up. And
Saratoga.
Going
on right now.
Yeah, a few of the better racetracks in North America running right now. And great card at Hastings on this Saturday too. It's going to be a nice Saturday out there, and we finally get to see the endurance horses run.
Yeah, no, that'll be
Everybody
cool.
looks forward to that every year.
Always fan favorites, the cheaper end distance horses. Yeah. They always put on a good show, a lot of good, interesting betting races. And we'll start things off. First half of your double. Got a field of filly and mare maidens. Not a tough handicapping assignment. Only 5 of them going a mile and a 16th. To kick things off on the Saturday program. I've gone to the 2 Alusha. I think the source off of her 3rd place run to Victoria's Spirit and the Triple Witching Hour was a better than looked race. The filly should have run 2nd, but she tried to win the race, went after the Victoria's Spirit early and pressured that one, and it cost her in the last 1/8 of a mile, and she lost 2nd. I don't think she'll... If she handles the mile and a 16th, I think she's long gone. She should be the horse. This race has come up very easy, and I think she's going to be awfully tough. I put the 5 horse, a newcomer from Emerald Downs via Portland. This is So Let It Be Written out of the Jonathan Nance outfit, and I know Beato will ride. Form's been decent in some easier races, but not facing a tough group today, so she could certainly win this afternoon. And I put the 3 Sweet Little Sheila in for 3rd. Just had to put someone in for 3rd, and she was the one that fit the bill. Yeah. I went 2-5-3.
I agree with you on Alusha. One of the things that surprised me this year, considering they're both bottom claimers, is the difference between the $5,000 and $3,000 level. The $3,000 level is quite a bit softer, and Alusha lands into one of these. I think she's a standout in here. I really like her in here. I went with the 2. I agree with you. So Let It Be Written, a horse coming up from Emerald with a couple of placings, 2 seconds there. Definitely puts her in the mix here. And 3rd spot, the only disagreement, I went with the 4 Spirit Wandering. Horse ran 4th in that Victoria's Spirit race. Was a ways back, but could definitely get up there for 3rd today. So I went 2-5-4. And on to our second race. A 3-year-old filly's claiming $15,000. Fair bit of speed signed on for this one. I ended up going with the 5. This horse has taken quite a plunge. Was running allowance races. Broke with maiden for 10 last year by a lot. Looked like she was going to be very promising. Was running this year in allowance races against Ancidi, Tricky Mind, that tough racing for gold race. Now she drops in for 15. I think that puts her in the winner's circle here. The 2nd spot I went with the 2. Another one that broke her maiden very impressively out of the Frank Berry barn, Clarice B. Thought enough for her to jump her up into that racing for gold, Dance with the Wind race. A really tough spot. She drops back into 15,000, a much softer spot. I like her for 2nd. And in the 3rd spot, I have What a Score. Horse, very honest little filly. She always, runs a race. She's a speedy type, and there is a fair bit of speed in here, so I don't know if she can hang on. But Jim Brown's going good this year. He's got good, really good numbers off the claim, so she's in the mix here too. I'll go with What a Score in 3rd. So it's 5, 2, and 3 for me. Yeah,
I see it exactly the same way, Drew. I like the 5, Lady Born. Goes in blinkers, class relief. Everything's kind of pointing to her. Yeah. Still has to prove she can come from off the pace, but she has yet to do that. Her lone win was in wire-to-wire fashion, but maybe down here for 15,000. That could be the ticket for her. I put Clarice B in for 2nd. She also exits the same tough racing for gold race. Didn't get away well. She was acting up in the gate. She wasn't on her best behavior last time, Clarice B. She was being a little fidgety in there. She didn't break great. Kind of was in between horses, stuffed down on the rail at times. It was kind of an awkward trip for her, let's put it that way. I think this time she gets a better trip at this number, and I agree with What a Score. Claimed, the outfit does good with their claims, and we'll see how she fares. If they're with no real closer in the race, maybe if she has to go 21-4, she may keep going because there's just she may stagger late again, but there won't be anyone running. But I'm going to hope Lady Born is the one running late. I went 5, 2, and 3 as as well as Drew. On to the third race, allowance race, a good field here. Mile and a 16th is the distance. 6 of them set to go, straight 3-year-olds. I went to the 2 high-end man, pretty impressed with his runner-up effort to Wilo Cat. Actually, this is for 3 and up. There are some 4-year-olds in here. But high-end man looked great that day against Wilo Cat. Just missed, only got beaten a photo. So high-end man didn't have much racing, only his 3rd career start. He only had 1 sprint under his belt.
And had to go long, yeah.
Right, so everything points to high-end man. He's come back to work well. I like him a lot. He's probably the best bet of the day.
Yeah.
The 4-horse Tommy DeHorsey I put in for second. Hadn't run in quite some time. Was closing a bit against Unquiet and Alberta Breeze. That race come up a little salty. That sprint, they went pretty fast.
Yeah.
And the track was pretty dead that day, actually. But Tommy DeHorsey showed some good signs that day that maybe he's going to appreciate the stretch out, and maybe what caused them to get off form last year is behind him, and he'll get back on form. I put the 6 double it in for third. Can't fault him. He's 1 for 1 at Hastings. He did. Had to push his way out from down on the inside to get clear, but he ended up winning, and it was a nice win. And he's a horse that will likely like a distance change as well, because it is a mile and 16th. But I think they all have their hands full with the 2 high-end man. I went 2, 4, 6. I
agree with you. I do have high-end man on top. He's been spectacular this year.
Yeah, he looks the part. He's a good-looking horse.
He is a good-looking horse. That was a really impressive race. The day he broke his mane, dude. Just absolutely did it for fun. It wasn't ideal, like you say, having to go right into a long race against a horse that was kind of the now horse, Wilo Cat, who was fit and running and had quite a few more races under his belt, and just beat him by a nose. I thought actually High-End Man won that day. They had to go to the photo, and Wilo Cat did get the photo. I put Double It in second. You had him in third. I put him in second just because I think he's got a lot of upside potential.
Yep.
Came here, was running in tough races back east. Came here part of the Darley package that Swift purchased. And first start of the box run, I thought it was a really nice race to break his maiden. And he could keep improving off that. He's bred for the distance for sure. So he's a bit of a wild card in here. And the third spot, I put Tommy DeHorsey, lightly raced horse that, like you say, just ran once this year. He was entered a couple times for a tag. They changed their mind, scratched him out of there, brought him into allowance race, and did not disgrace himself. Only got beat 3.5 lengths.
He's doing good.
So he could definitely make some noise in here too. So I got 2, 6, and 4. Just a little switch in the second horses for me and Mike. And on to the fourth. Fillies and Mares, non-2, non-3, 17.5. And I have gone to the 5, Tecolote. She was only ran twice this year, but they were much tougher races. She was running against Heidi Marie, Turlani, who went on to win a stake, Terra del Fuego. Basically stakes mares, and now she drops into the 17.5 non-2, non-3 category, which fits her perfectly because the non-3 is for BC breds. She is a BC bred. They take the blinkers off, let her have a little better look at things. I think she's really strong in here. I have her on top. The second horse I have is the 6 horse, Naughty Librarian. This horse ran a huge race her first start, then just seemed a little bit flat after that, but got things going again last time by breaking her maiden.
Right.
This isn't the toughest condition race, especially with, other than Tecolote perhaps. So I like her for the second spot. And the third spot I have a horse that ran second to Queen's Vicar, and Queen's Vicar's dominated the 2 races in this category she's ran this year. Got beat by 8 lengths by Queen's Vicar, but Queen's Vicar was a standout both times she ran in this condition this year. So I have her in third spot. It's 5, 6, and 3 for me.
Yeah, I agree with the 5 horse Tecolote. Just a horse that I just think she's the best horse in the race. I don't think she's at her best at 6.5, but I think she can win.
She's just too much.
As you mentioned, this is not a tough non-2 for 17.5, so I like her to win it. I put the 4 horse Lots of Cash in for second. I'm going to hope this horse is going to rebound a bit after that okay fourth to Mercado, Cassia, and Lily Superior Court. But sparingly raced, that's my only concern with her, but at least she has a couple of workouts. Pedro Alvarado sticks with the filly for Nancy Betts, so I'm going to put her in the second spot. And I put Naughty Librarian in for third. Looked to be the best of the rest. Amadeo Perez re-rides game win last time against Maiden 10 Granders, but definitely a lot tougher. I like Tecolote a lot, though.
Yeah, so do I.
Likely going to be 6 to 5 or around there, but I do like Tecolote. I went 5, 4, and 6. On to the fifth race. Got some 6250 marathon runners. This is the first half of the split of a 6250 mile and an eighth event. I've gone to the 4 horse, which is this is the tougher half of the split. Prince Intent out of the Troy Taylor barn. Nice win for 7,500. They drop him in for 6,250. I don't know. I don't see anyone that's going to beat him today. I put the 3 Dynastrol, another one formerly out of the Troy Taylor barn, was claimed, moves to the Terry Clyde barn, and this one could perhaps has the potential to defeat Prince Intent.
Yeah.
And I put the 1 Silver City Sam, who's been plagued by slow paces. Maybe he will finally get a fast pace to run at. He gets back on a fast track as well, and I think that'll be a plus for Silver City Sam. So I give this horse another look. I went 4, 3, and 1.
I agree with you totally. I think Prince Intent is just too much. Dynastrol, as you mentioned, Dynastrol was running a lot higher all year.
Yeah.
They dropped him into the $3,000 non-winners of the year category. He got claimed. He got a 71 buyer that day. The time was good, 17-2. But there was something about the way he did it. I just thought for the horses he was running against, I thought he should have been even more impressive. So now running against tougher horses, I'm not sure. I think he's, although the best of the rest, he's a pretty nice horse. And I agree, third spot, I have Silver City Sam. My picks are exactly the same as yours for the reasons you mentioned. Prince Intent, I really like. 4, 3, and 1 for both of us. And on to the 6th race, maiden special weight, maiden optional 40 for 3-year-olds and up. And I've gone to the 8 Stratify. Same deal as Doublet. We talked. He came in the Darley package that Swift purchased. His first run here last time, he was running in maiden special weights in Southern California. Obviously fits in here. He was a heavy favorite last time. Had a troubled trip, you could say. He was really wide the whole race, and just got beat by Simon Templar, who had a much better trip. Went up the rail, snuck up the rail, had a dream trip. So I think it's, especially with the start of the track, I think he moves forward enough. I think it's his race to lose. I'm on the 8th Stratify. The 2nd spot, I put Lotani, horse out of Julio Silvia's barn. A horse that just keeps running big races in these maiden special weights and getting beat. He went way out to the lead last time, went some quick fractions.
Pace,
yeah, just way too quick last time. Enrique was having trouble kind of gearing him down. He was out in front by 5 at one point and just got a little weary late. Had a few horses pass him, only got beat a length though. I think if Enrique is able to gear him down a little bit more this race, he could steal it for sure. And 3rd spot, I put a horse who's had a lot of hard luck this year, Titled Nobility. Not quite sure what happened last time. He did have a bit of a tough trip. I think he's a better horse than that. He switches to Fernando Perez. I think with a proper trip, he's right in the mix. So I have the 4, Titled Nobility in 3rd. 8, 2, and 4 for me.
Yeah, I got the same 3, Drew. I like Stratify. Made quite a splash in his debut as the favorite in a similar type race. We did have to go 3 wide in that, 3 and 4 wide in that 11-horse field. Gets a smaller field, only 8 of them. He does have the 8 hole.
Not gonna happen,
but I don't think he's. I mean, even if he has to go 3 wide the whole race and runs that same race pack, that's probably good enough to win.
Be enough, yeah.
But I think he'll run even better. So that was his first run since coming here. He had a bit of a break there, 5 weeks in between races since coming up from Hollywood. So how about the 2, Latoani in for 2nd? Just got to rate that very good blazing speed that he has, and if he harnesses the speed, he's going to be tough to catch. And as you mentioned, the 4, Titled Nobility, I have him in for 3rd too. 2 brutal trips, holy cow, 3 and 4 wide, both the last 2 races, in between horses, bouncing around, and he's just been in the wrong spots in his last 2. Try a new pilot today with Fernando Perez, but I wouldn't be surprised to see this horse win today, though. I went 8, 2, and 4 in the 6th. On to the 7th race, the other half of the split of the 6250 Marathon Series. Also 8 horses running, 1 1/8 is the distance. I've gone to the 4, Yvette's Pride. Pretty impressed with his game victory last time over a very good Say Fabulous. This horse ran a big race, and I don't see a ton of speed in here. I think the 3, Breathe It goes. Maybe the 7, One Zone Accord might flash some speed. Other than that, Yvette's Pride's got to get a good trip and get first run over Quick and over the 7, One Zone Accord, which are the 2 horses I think he has to beat, as well as Texas Buccaneer, I guess. But they're all deep closers. So I just think Yvette's Pride has the right running style for this race. I think he's going to be awfully tough to beat. If this horse gets anywhere near as good as what he ran last time, he's going to win the money. I put the 1, Quick in for 2nd. He's likely going to break slow, make the 1 wide half-mile drive move, and a lot of times that's good enough for him.
Patting his move.
Yeah, and so you got to respect him. You got to have him on the ticket. He's live in here. And I put One Zone Accord in for 3rd, Amadeo Re-Rides. Good win over Cannoncuel and a Monster in the Closet, but still, it's a tougher assignment for him. I went 4, 1, and 7 in our co-feature race.
I just have your top 2 swapped. I put Quick on top because historically he's been very tough in these races. He's a distance kind of specialist horse. Excuse me. So if you look back at the handicap races, he always seems to be right there. So I have him on top. Hoverson knows him very well. I do have your Yvette's Pride for second. Like you say, monster race last time. He was running in these kind of races in Phoenix. He won one of these marathon races.
He's a distance horse.
He's definitely won't. The distance isn't going to bother him at all. And in the third spot, I put Texas Buccaneer, a horse you mentioned. He's been kind of picking up the pieces. The last two times he's, he ran third to that Queechy and Quick race where Queechy was way out in front. Quick ran second. He was a couple of back off Quick, but depending on how it sets up, I think he can get up there for third. So I have him in third. It's 1, 4, and 2 for me. And on to the nightcap. First one of these we've seen this year. A 2-year-old race going 6 furlongs for fillies only.
Yes.
They've been mixed together all year. This is the first time we see just the fillies. And I've gone to the 6, Always Red on Sunday. So a horse that comes up into the Craig McPherson barn out of the Northern California circuit where Mr. Redicop had him down there. He brings him up to Craig here. Second down there in a maiden special weight is, I think, definitely good enough. A lot of things going his way. That's a tougher circuit down there. He ran a good second. She ran a good second, I should say, and has had a start. So a lot of things going her way. I think she'll be a short price, but I think she'll be tough to beat. The second spot, I put a horse who's had a couple of good outings here, is Bamboo Dream, the 2-horse. Amadeo Perez had her first start. Just got beat by Lady Henrietta in Prohibiting. He came back and won. Then ran into I Want a Duster, Lord Harlow. Pretty tough horses. Now she's in, just against fillies, so I have her in second. In the third spot, I have a first-time starter, the 3-horse. There's a lot of, it was kind of, after those 2, I was kind of looking for the 3rd horse. I ended up on Donna Ann out of the Forster barn. I like, the works look very good, and I love Out of Place.
I like the mare, Gold Accent.
Gold
She's
Accent
a tiny little thing, but
was
ran
a real
great.
hard knocker. Yeah, really.
Real nice mare that also ran in the Dave Forster barn.
Yeah, if this filly inherited any of her heart, she should be very tough. And I really like Out of Place, so I have her in third spot. 6, 2, and 3 for me. Yeah,
I like your top 2. I like the 6-horse, Always Red on Sunday. That was a good runner-up effort to a Jerry Hollendorfer horse that won the race that day. Mr. Redicop, as you mentioned, likes to run horses here in his home province, and it's great to have this one come back home. It's a BC bred, probably going to run here and then run a BC Cup day. There's probably a plan in place for this filly by any given Saturday, who but was foaled here in BC and bred by Peter. And this horse has worked well over the course for the for his first run for Craig McPherson. She's got to be live. She's got speed, got a race. Looks like she's got some talent.
Everything
that's
points
a lot
to her,
of pluses
I think,
to Always Red on Sunday. I put the 2, Bamboo Dream. Troubled run last time, stumbled at the break. Went 3 wide the last part and had some excuses last time. So I'm going to give Bamboo Dream another shot. If anyone beats Always Red on Sunday, I think it will be the 2-horse Bamboo Dream. And my first that I picked was Cherokee Windsong out of the Lenore Dubois barn. Was the sales topper last year. Cost a whole boatload of money, but the Fellichellas always support the sale religiously,
yes,
and they paid a lot of money for this one.
They've got some good ones out there too.
They've done well. Spaghetti Mouse, 950,000 later.
Just to mention one,
only paid 21 grand for him. But Pedro Alvarado rides, and you could have rode another couple of horses in here, Pedro. So I like him showing up on this one. So perhaps this one's got a little bit of life to it. But I do like Always Red on Sunday. I went 6, 2, and 7.
And that does it for our analysis of the Saturday, July 21st card. And now we'll move on to our picks. I believe, Mike, you're
slate will come up first. There we go. There goes the Mike Hot Ones for Saturday. I've gone to the 2, Alusha in the first, 2, 5, and 3. No secrets there. Going to be a short price. I went to the 5, Lady Born in the second race, 5, 2, 3. In the third race, I went to the 2, High End Man, another probably low price, but still, I think a surefire winner. I went 2, 4, and 6 in the third. In the fourth race, I went 5, 4, and 6, like Tecolote on the class drop. In the fifth race, went to the 4, another class dropper, Prince Intent, 4, 3, 1. The sixth race, went to the 8, Stratify, went 8, 2, and 4. Seventh race, went to the 4, Yvette's Pride, went 4, 1, and 7. And in the 8th and final, I went to the 6, Always Red on Sunday. Got a lot of chalk, I think, 6, 2, 7.
Yeah, I was going to say our Friday picks differed quite a bit. That is not the case on Sunday. We have a lot of the same horses, almost all the same, actually. In the first, I agree. I went with the 2, Alusha, over the 5 and 4. The second, I do have Lady Born, the 5 on top with the 2 and 3. In the third, again, number 2, High End Man, over the 6 and 4. In the fourth, number 5, Tecolote, over the 6 and 3. In the fifth race, I agree again, number 4, Prince Intent, over 3 and 1. In the sixth race, number 8, Stratify, over the 2 and 4. In the 7th, I have the 1, Quick, over the 4 and 2. And in the nightcap, the 8th, I went with the 6, Always Red on Sunday, over the 2 and 3.
All right, that'll do it for this edition of Handicappers Corner. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. Don't forget to head out to Hastings Racecourse. First race at 1:50, 1:50. If you can't make it out to Hastings, come here to the Derby Bar and Grill. Always a great atmosphere here. Come on out. You can watch and wager on the great sport of thoroughbred horse racing. Great meals here as well. So on behalf of Drew, I've been Mike. Thanks for tuning in here on Handicappers Corner. We'll see you next time.
I got the horse right here, the name is Paul Revere, and here's a guy that says if the weather's clear, can do